It's me. Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. If you happen to be watching this on the 14th, I know maybe for some that's not an ideal Hallmark holiday. But I like to think about it as a yogic day, even without the commercialism. So some, cartoon but real love to all of you. Today's theme is the devil. No, it's not. It's not the devil's in the details. It's the details make a difference. I don't know where the saying the devil's in the details came from, but I kind of wish that it was not about the devil, but the devil needs love too. So, anyway, this is about finding the tiny details. So, maybe it's one cue that I give you to see how that changes what you're getting out of a particular pose, asana. So that's what we're going to work on today. And we're going to start actually in child's pose. So go ahead and bring your face down toward the mat. Big toes touch, knees super wide. Draw your sitting bones toward your heels. And then go ahead and stretch your spine and your arms long. Your head should rest on something. So if it resists, and it might, you might stack your hands or maybe bring a towel or something underneath it. So one of the things I see in child's pose that people do is they really try hard to get the stretch in the back, which lifts their bottom away from the heels. Now that's going to start to fatigue the hip flexors, but also because you want to kind of find this a resting pose, you go ahead and draw the sitting bones back toward the heels. So that's my one detail. That's the fine detail, the sitting bones toward the heels. They might not touch. Mine do not. It depends on your knees, on your quads, on your heels, your feet themselves. Maybe even your belly. So part of today's focus on the details. Details make a difference. We're going to take some influence from Thich Nhat Hanh. I've been thinking about him a lot lately and practicing his sitting practices because of the walk for peace that the monks are doing for the world. And Thich Nhat Hanh has a sitting practice that he taught when he was alive and is still teaching now that he's no longer physically with us, which is a little mantra that goes along with your breath. So let's try it. Breathing in, I'm aware of my body. Breathing out, I release. Breathing in, I'm aware of my body. Breathing out, I release. And we can bring that to one word. Aware, release. Recommendation is to breathe through your nose. Aware, release. Aware, release. And perhaps you notice as you continue this aware and release mantra breath, begin to find something change in your child's pose. For me, it's the stretching of the top of the feet. The more I release, the bigger or more significant the stretch. It's not painful. So if you're working on something and it becomes painful, you're going to back out of it a little bit. If your hands are under your forehead, maybe grab your sweater or hoodie or a little pillow and substitute that for your hands, because we're going to go ahead and interlace the fingers behind the head and widen the elbows. Breathing in, I am aware. Breathing out, I release. Aware, release. You might notice that one small change of bringing the hands behind the head starts to soften and open up the shoulders and the chest. All right, go ahead and place the hands on the ground. Draw your body long on the mat. I have to do one leg at a time. Bring your left ear to your mat and go ahead and take the hands by your sides, palms face down. This is the beginning of locust, but we're not going to take a locust. We're going to find a little shift, one tiny detail that will make a change in your low back. Actually, we're going to find two. The first one is to bring your feet wider, maybe as wide as your mat. The second is to lift the navel toward the spine and press the pelvic bones forward. Aware, release. Aware, release. Aware, release. Maybe you're finding less stretch or less discomfort in your low back, or perhaps you're finding your shoulders soften toward the floor. Go ahead and move to the opposite ear, the right ear to the floor. Inhaling, I'm aware. Exhaling, I release. Aware, release. Keeping your head as it is, actually, I'm going to switch it the other way. Come onto your left ear. Stretch your arms out left and right. Looks like you can't really see me. So I'm going to try and move back a little bit. There we go. So arms out left and right. Left ear is on the ground. Place your right hand underneath your right shoulder as if the elbow is like a Batman or a Batwoman ear. So this is opening up the left pectoral muscles and the shoulder. For some people, you might notice that on the way into the posture, this might make things too tight. So you could always cactus shape the left elbow. Right now, my feet are wide, my navel is in, my pelvis is toward the ground. I'm going to press into my right hand, roll onto my left side, and then I'm going to go ahead and lift my right leg. You don't have to do that. I'm going to bend that knee and drop my right foot behind my left calf. Now, the biggest detail, that's kind of funny, the smallest detail that makes a difference is to loosen the neck. And if that doesn't work for you, hopefully you have something nearby that you can put underneath your head. Maybe you could curl up your right hand and place it under your head. Breathing in, aware of my body. Breathing out, I let go. Breathing in, aware. Exhaling, let go. And what I find with that little mantra and the change of putting my hand under my head. So, two tiny details. My back feels so good. I can feel both my arm and my shoulder, and my pecs stretching, and I can feel my inner thigh stretching on the right leg. Roll back, this time right ear toward the mat, both arms out in a T, feet wide, breathing in and out. Navel lifts a little bit, pelvis moves down, and the left hand comes to the mat under your left shoulder, left elbow points up. On a breath out, you'll press into the left hand and roll onto your right side. Here we go again. My head's kind of tilty. I'm going to take my left hand in a fist and place it under the tucky part underneath my head. That allows me to get a little bit more space to bend my knee and bring the foot behind the calf. I breathe in, aware of my body. I breathe out and let go. Breathe in, aware. Breathe out, let go. Aware, let go. And we roll back onto the belly. Bring both arms out, forehead to the ground. Now's a good time to establish an intention for the remainder of practice. Our yoga intermissions are only 50 minutes long to allow you to get changed and go to the grocery store or whatever it might be that starts the rest of your day. So as you breathe in, repeat your intention to yourself. As you breathe out, repeat your intention. Breathing in, I intend to. Breathing out, I intend to. We're going to soften out the back again by returning into a child's pose. This time, head rests on something that is not your hand, so grab a pillow or a blanket or something to place under it if need be. The palms will draw together in front of you, arms nice and long, the palms press together. Breathing in, I'm aware of my body. Breathing out, my spine is long. In, aware. Out, long spine. Maintaining that length, we bend the elbows and bring the fingertips to the nape of the neck or between the shoulder blades. And again, breathe in. Spine is long. Breathe out. Release. Ooh, I just had a nice little pop. In long and out, release. Keeping the sitting bones where they are. One at a time, walk the elbows forward only as far as you can, and then it feels okay. Breathe in, aware of the body. Breathe out, soften toward the earth. In, aware, and out, soften. I'll drop the forearms down and make sure that the wrists are the same distance apart as the elbows. And then we're going to come into a forearm tabletop. If you have trouble with your elbows, you're welcome to do a regular tabletop on your wrists or fists. That rhymes. But I wanted to work the forearms here so we can notice better the details that make the difference, that make the little change, that help you out. So we do a cat-cow. Cow, inhale, drop the belly, cow. Being careful of arching too much, especially if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, which I still think they're using as a diagnosis. And the one difference you're going to do is work from the belly and the pelvis. So when you round, you scoop the belly in and draw the pelvis forward like you're looking at your hips. And on the inhale, pelvis lifts behind and up. Heart reaches forward. Neutral spine. Okay, so what is the detail here? We're going to try a bit of a new detail because we're always working toward our straight back, but we're not necessarily finding equilibrium among our limbs. So the tiny detail that makes a difference is to press the shoelace sides of the feet into the earth. You start to feel your quads activate. Breathing in, my shins and feet touch the ground. Breathing out, they connect. Stretch the right leg long, ball of the foot on the ground. Square up your hips. So it's hard to see, but oftentimes we either drop the hip of the extended leg or we lift it. We want it even with the other one. Go ahead and float that right leg, reaching the heel off the ground. Bend the knee like you're stepping on the sky. Use your glutes, your quads, your belly to pump that leg up and down. Exhale, draw that knee toward your nose. Press the ground away. Inhale, lengthen the leg out. Sweep that leg across the left calf as far as you can, and then place the shoelace side of the foot onto the ground outside the mat. Onto the ground outside the mat. Then we glide the front of the right hip toward the left heel. You might need to bring your forearms backward. We're opening up the deep glutes, the gluteus medius on the left side. Tiny detail. Potato 1, potato 2, and drop your head onto your hands. That gives you the opportunity to loosen the shoulders. Breathing in, I'm aware of my left glutes. Breathing out, I stop holding on. Inhale, aware of the glutes. Exhale, let go. Inhale, aware. Exhale, let go. If you have more that you feel like you can explore, you could tuck your right toes under, press that heel away from you to lift the right knee off the ground. That's tucking your right toes under, reaching the heel back, and floating your right knee off the ground. Tiny detail. This might be too much, so maybe you undo. But either way, we find our little mantra, breathing in, I'm aware of my glutes. Breathing out, I release. Aware, release. Aware, release. And when you're ready, we'll draw back to a forearm tabletop. And maybe find some hip circles here. Some sort of interstitial movement that feels good and takes you fully out of the posture you were in. We'll take that to the other side, drawing the navel in, making some real estate between your shoulders. Those are standard cues. The left leg reaches along behind the ball of the foot on the ground. Press that foot away from you, even out your hips. Play around with the shift and the angle of the hips until you feel them as parallel as possible. Float that left leg off the ground. Check your hips. Tiny detail. Press into the shoelace side of your right foot. That helps even out your hips. Bend your left knee as if you're stepping on the sky and pump your leg up and down. Exhale, knee draws to your nose. Inhale, extend. And then we sweep that left leg over the right calf. And we draw the front of the left hip toward the right heel. You might need to come backward with your forearms. Let's relax more into this pose by making fists of the hands, placing one with the outside of the hand on the ground under your forehead and the other one stacks on top, one potato, two potato. Elbows bend out to loosen the shoulders. Tiny detail that makes the difference. If your left foot is sickling, meaning is it making the shape of a quarter moon or of a sickle, you're going to want to turn the heel a little more toward the sky to uncurve your foot. Breathing in, I'm aware of my glutes. Breathing out, I loosen them. Inhale, aware. Exhale, loosen. Breathing in, aware. Exhaling, loosen. Again, you want to play around with this. The left toes will tuck under. The heel will reach behind you. And the left knee floats from the mat. This could be too much. So you might return to where you were. We're going to come back to our tabletop, this time not on our forearms, and find a little cat and cow or hip circles. We're going to move into a high squat. So carefully paying attention. Fingers are nice and wide. Hands are fully on the ground as if, I don't know, they say palming a basketball, but I've never done that. And I think the basketball is too big for my hands. So I think about it like the center of your hand is like a little spider doing a push-up. Take your left foot, step it outside your left hand. You can always use your hand to move it if you need to. Tuck your back toes under. Take your right foot, place it outside your right hand. The bottom is right now about even with your shoulders. Bring your forearms to your thighs, interlace your fingers. Cat and cow here. If you are squeezing the mat with your toes, see if you can loosen. Long straight back, shoulders away from the ears, the heel of the right hand at your low back. Left elbow is on your left thigh, left hand is on your right thigh. We're going to breathe in, open up the shoulders. Exhale, it's a little squat twist. Not a plot twist. So what can we do here? We can imagine that the thighs are drawing toward each other, but not touching, and that the bum is not lifting from the low back. Rather, we're lengthening the tailbone backward. And we come the other way. Exhale, forward. and a forward fold using your blocks if you need to. Maybe you float around on your hands and your heels, your fingers and your toes. Let the noggin loose. Heel toe the feet in a little bit. Hands to your shins, halfway lift. Detail, navel toward the spine. Detail, shoulders toward the hips. Exhale, release. Slowly float to stand, and the bottom half of your body is going, woo! Arms reach out overhead, hands draw to your heart. Detail making a difference. I have 2 of them for you. Breathing in, I am tall and sturdy. Breathing out, I am relaxed. In, sturdy. Out, relaxed. Sturdy, relaxed. Your other detail is finding equilibrium of weight between your feet, not between as in right in the center, although that is the ultimate result. It's maybe rolling around on the feet in both directions to find all 4 corners of the feet and distribute your weight evenly. Mountain pose, hands drop. Tiny detail, belly in and up. Arms wide and overhead. Press the palms together. Tiny detail, belly in, drawing the tailbone down. Knees might be bent. Next, exhale, a tilt to the right. Wow, you really can't see me at all. Inhale, upright, and exhale, tilt to the left. You still can't really see me. Inhale, upright, tilt to the right, and drop your right hand. Detail, we're lifting up and down simultaneously from the left foot. So left foot presses into the earth, and then everything else is lifting up and over. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, tilt to the left. Left hand drops. Inhale, rise up. Cactus shape arms. I don't know what has happened to the movement in my camera. Maybe I need to go this way. Sorry, showing my buttocks to the class. So we're in cactus shape arms. They drop behind us. The knuckles draw down. Tiny detail, maybe you widen your feet. Breathing in, I lift from the pelvis upward. Breathing out the shoulders, find Valentine's Day. The shoulder blades draw together. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, shoulder blades together. We find a chair with this bind. Tiny detail. You're not trying to stick the bottom out. Ideally, you can see at least 1, if not 2 of your toes on each foot, so your energy is in your heels. Keeping your soft knees, fold over your knees. Keep your bind. Detail that makes a difference. Maybe moving in and out of each shoulder. Exhale, hands to the earth. Again, a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. The left foot glides way to the back of the mat. So you want to be as far, stretched as far with the feet apart as you can. Hands more toward the heel of the front foot to give you an opportunity to draw the belly in. Tiny detail, heart reaches forward and up. Exhale, soften. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, soften. Inhale, forward and up. And soften. We take a twist. Left hand down, right arm high. You can always bring the heel of your right hand to your low back. We're going to try something new here by extending the right leg. So we're shifting the left leg long as well, but we're not bringing the heel to the ground. We're going to come forward, our twisted runner's lunge, and then tap the back knee. Lift it back up. Lengthen the front leg. It's almost a revolved triangle. Knee bends, heart lifts, back knee drops down, back toes untuck, hand comes back around, and we find our half split. Same thing, same detail here. Is the inhale, lifting from the pelvis to the collarbone, and exhale, relax. Inhale, lift forward, breathe out, relax. Lift forward and relax. We'll move into Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. The pyramid is the sturdiest structural shape. So hands or fingertips to the mat. Front foot comes down. Some of us find our mats squishing up. Back toes tuck under, and you lift up your bottom. You lengthen your front leg, and then hop your back foot halfway up to a decent distance, front and back. The feet have a decent distance apart, maybe 2 fists width. And the secret sauce, the detail, bring your thumb into the hip crease of your right side and spin outward with it. Breathing in, I'm light. Breathing out, I am sturdy. In, light. Out, sturdy. Light and sturdy. Step forward, hands can move forward to help out. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Energy in your heels. I inhale, my back is strong. I exhale, energy in my heels. Inhale, strong back. Exhale, heels. East-west pose, left arm forward, right arm behind. I have a little bit of a mirroring so I can actually see if my arms are even. I always need to lift my back arm a little bit. Detail, left hip back, right hip a little forward to even them out. Even out your knees. Let's inhale forward and up, and exhale, twist and chair in the other side. Inhale forward and up, exhale forward fold. Halfway lift, long flat spine. Exhale, release hands. Right foot steps way to the back of the mat. I like to heel toe my left foot out to the left, gives me more room to work with. We're in the runner's lunge, so we remember, inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, relax, pelvis forward. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, pelvis forward, not down. Inhale, heart. Exhale, pelvis. Tap your back knee, lengthen the leg. Tap your back knee, lengthen the leg. Tap your back knee, lengthen the leg. Now tap your back knee, Anjaneyasana. No, Ardha Uttanasana, your half split. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, loosen. Inhale, heart. Exhale, loosen. Heart. And loosen. I realize what we did not do is the twist. So we'll do that before Parsvottanasana. So go ahead and bring the sole of that left foot back. Return to your runner's lunge. Right hand down. Twist to the left and then bring the left hand to the lower back. You're going to go ahead and lengthen the front leg. Reach the right heel back. Bend that was the left. Bend the left knee. Pelvis forward. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, heart and pelvis forward. Exhale, extend. Inhale, heart and pelvis forward. One more time. Lengthen. Forward. Now left hand down to the mat. Kick that left foot up just a little bit. Parsvottanasana, we take a little lift. Shoulders toward the hips and fold. Do you remember what our detail was? We take the thumb of the left hand inside the hip crease on the left side and we spin it outward to align the hips. Both hands inside your left foot. Walk to the long edge of your mat. Widen your feet, lift halfway up. Nice. Press into the heels to lift the hips and fold. Maybe your hands face the opposite direction and walk between your feet. Hands come under the shoulders, lift halfway up, walk again toward the front of your mat. Lengthen your stance front to back and drop your back knee. Turn your left toes out. Take your left hand inside your left knee, press it away from you, and take a twist. Shoulders from the ears. Breathing in, pelvis forward. Breathing out, soften. Breathe in, pelvis forward. Breathing out, soften. In, forward, and out, soften. Hands come down to the mat. We scoot that left foot over toward the right wrist. Plop down the shin or the calf and find our pigeon. Head should be on something. Tiny details, shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in, I'm aware of my body. Breathing out, I soften. In, aware. Out, soften. In, aware, and soften. Back toes tucked under. Hands come under your shoulder blade, your shoulders. We lift back up, bring ourselves into a plank, and then step the right foot outside the right hand, back knee comes down. Toes on tuck, right toes to the right. Hand comes inside your right knee, and you press that knee away from you. I like to lengthen my back leg a little bit more. Breathing in, heart forward and pelvis forward. Breathing out, soften. Inhale, forward. Exhale, soften. Forward, soften. Both hands down, right foot, heel toes, all the way over to the left wrist to prepare for and take your pigeon. Remember your your head rests on something. Find your mantra for shoulders away from the ears. And release the pelvis. Shoulders away. Exhale, release. Shoulders, release. And this time, hands will come under the shoulders. We'll lean onto that right hip and swing the left leg around. I'm just going to check the time here. And bring the soles of the feet together. Sit up nice and tall. One at a time, the hands come behind you. We're going to take a little back bend, kind of like a fish, but it's a butterfly back bend. One forearm to the ground at a time. Heels toward your bottom. Lift from the navel all the way to the throat. Press into the forearms. The bottom stays where it is. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and make the lower back long. Breathing. And to full Baddha Konasana, one elbow at a time, comes outward, you would come to your back. What is the trick here? To press the lower back to the earth. It's a little hard to do while you're opening up your hips, but to protect your low back, that's what you want to make happen. So inhale long, exhale loosen. Inhale long, exhale loosen. Long and loosen. Hands come outside your knees to help them point toward the sky. We move our hips a little to the left and drop the knees to the right. Arms can come out in a T. And head turns the opposite direction of your knees. If you would like something deeper, you can always extend your left leg But you really want your shoulder blades to remain on the ground, so you might need a prop for that. Or you can flip your knees to take the right ankle and place it above the outside of your left knee. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder blades drop. Inhale, top hip forward. Exhale, shoulder blades connect with the earth. Hip forward, shoulders connect. Forward, connect. Gently finding your way out of the posture on this side. You prepare for and take on the other side. Hips to the right, knees drop to the left. Head moves to the right. You find the deeper position if that feels okay. Top hip forward on the inhale. Shoulder blades kiss the ground on the breath out. Hip forward, breathe in. Breathe out, shoulder blades to the earth. Top hip forward. Shoulder blades kiss the ground. And one more posture. We come onto the back, hug the knees in. Your choice to find a little rocking left and right here, or take happy baby, or legs up the wall, or supported legs up the wall. The little detail is the advantage of rocking left and right if your knees are to your chest or you're in happy baby. It's a little massage. We have just a few minutes left, so we'll take a brief Shavasana. You're welcome to take it in any posture that feels good for you. I'm going to go long in a full pencil stretch. And then release my arms. Breathing in, I am practiced. Breathing out, I am free. In, practiced, out, free. Practiced, free. You'll find your way to a seat now, maybe coming to your side first, as we are running a couple of moments over, so just bear with me one more minute as we sweep the arms out and up overhead. I am loved, our mantra as the hands come to the heart. We'll close this practice not with an Om, but rather with our breath mantra. Breathing in, I am loved. Breathing out, I give love. I am loved. I give love. I am loved. I give love. Namaste. With heartfelt gratitude for your beauty, your energy, and your love that you share outward and inward to yourself. I hope you have a wonderful remainder of your day or evening. Thank you for joining me live or on recorded video. Have a good one. Bye.